What's up, everybody? Welcome to Light Up the Woods, my YouTube channel. Today we are on lesson number 6 of our 30 lessons in 30 years. Now I'm headed to my friend's car, so while I get in the car, how about y'all listen to the intro so I can get the song stuck in your head.
Light up the woods, light up the woods, one syllable at a time. Light up the woods, light up the woods, one video at a time. Light up the woods, light up the woods, one syllable at a time. Light up the woods, light up the woods, one video at a time.
Hello everybody. Okay, so I know I said that I was just going to go to the car. See, what had happened was I had planned on recording in the car, but then it was shaky and the lighting kept, it wasn't it. So I was like, okay, we're gonna record when I get to the destination. But then the destination was noisy, so I'm back home. Hey y'all. Okay, so I know you see the greenery behind me. I'm about to get into some potting and repotting and planting and, tending to some vegetables and things. But before I get into that, I wanted to make sure to sit down and talk about today's topic. So today we are on day 6. Now, before I tell you what day 6 title is, what the lesson is, I'm going to tell you guys a story, okay? So once upon a time, there was this little girl. Now this little girl always dreamed of going to New York. Now all her life, all she wanted to do was kind of just go visit. She never got the opportunity to go. But then, when she grew up, she went to college. Now while in college, fate would have it that an internship fell into her lap that required her to go, where? To New York! And she was so excited. She spent 6 blissful, wonderful weeks in New York, the Bronx to be exact, and she had the time of her life. Met some wonderful people. Now at the end of this internship, she and her fellow interns had to put on a showcase. Oh, they were so excited. They put on a showcase, and for the very last performance, they sang a song together, and the audience came up on their feet and gave them a standing ovation. But the problem is, she doesn't remember that part. On the drive back to their original state, all the other interns were talking about, oh my goodness, did you see how they stood up? And she was like, no. That happened? Now, how come she don't remember that happening? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because when the performance was over, her first thought was, what's next? Oh, somebody's coming to speak after us. And so she hurried to her seat so the program could go on, because she was so focused on what happens next, she was not present. And she missed that moment. Which brings us to our 6th lesson. One thing that I have learned in my 30 young years of life is to be present. It's so very important to be present, to enjoy today, to be here now. Now, I know you guys have heard the saying, today is called the present because it's a gift. But sometimes we allow our minds and other things to become the Grinch and steal this present from us. Some of the different ways that we become, that we fail to enjoy the present is one, like myself, always thinking about the future. I am she is me. I am the girl in the story. I do not remember the standing ovation till this day, but everybody else says it happened. I just gotta take their word for it, because why? I'm always thinking about what happens next. I'm always thinking about the future. Now, this comes in handy when planning trips, when organizing things, when on the job, when being a leader. I had to learn to turn that off because it has stolen so many moments from me. This forward thinkingness, yeah, let's make that a word. This forward thinkingness, is that a word? Sure. This forward thinkingness, although very good in some circumstances, can really rob me of enjoying the present. Did you know that about 178,000 people die every day? But you're still here. And I'm still here. Now, I know tomorrow's not guaranteed, but today is. How do I know that? Because we're still here. So why do we squander this blessing that is right now? Why do we squander this blessing that is the present? Now, there's many ways, I think I said this already, there's many ways that we squander the present by always thinking about the future. And then there's some people who always thinking about the past. You know those people who always, oh, I remember way back when, oh, when I was this, oh, when I was in high school, and I'm not talking about the healthy, once in a while reminiscing on, you know, some good old days. You want to know how good old days become? The good old days, they happen right now, making the good out of today so that when you look back, today was the good old days. Now, when people always talking about the past, sometimes I just want to be like, baby, who are you now? What are you doing now? Today? Because I done heard all about your past now. What about now? Is that rude? Oh, that's rude. Another way that some of us squander the present is with these screens. Always on the phone. Scroll, 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 double tap, double tap, ooh. Right? Or always playing a video game. Or always watching a sport. Let's go, let's go. Yeah. Always watching a movie.
Why did you run? Why did you leave her?
These screens. We've allowed these screens to become the Grinch and steal our present. Now I'm talking about this like a little passionately. It's because it's one of those lessons that I'm still learning. Yeah. I have to learn this lesson over and over and over. So this is the pot calling the kettle black. This is me preaching to the choir because I am part of it. You've got to be present. So however you got to move in the day, try to enjoy the present because baby, you're going to regret it. Later on down the line, when you look back and you realize there's nothing to look back to. Now I have this rule when I'm entertaining guests, like if I'm hosting a dinner or if I'm out to dinner with people, I have this rule: no screens at the table. I mean, of course, we gotta take our obligatory video and picture of the food, but once that's done, put the phones away. If we're in the home, no TV is on. We're not playing nothing. When we are together and we are gathered, we're talking. We're enjoying each other's company. We're present. Why? Because you are not going to be allowed to cry when I'm gone because you did not appreciate the time that you had with me. So no screens. So I had a friend who went on this date back in December. And he was telling me about it. He goes, child, well, he didn't say child, but it's just me, how I be retelling the story. He says, child, this girl was on the phone the entire time. Let her wait for 2 seconds. Back to the phone. He said the whole time, I was just looking at her like, I'm never going to see this woman again. she wasn't present. That's what's, you know how much you miss out on when you are not present, when you are not here? I cannot stress for you how important it is to be present, because tomorrow's not promised. I have lost so many people this year alone. I'm never gonna get that time back with them. And there are times where I sit and think, dang, I wish that I could have been more present. It's a gift. It really is. It's a gift that we gotta cherish and take care of. Now, I know a lot of these things are easier said than done. So I'm gonna give you a couple of tips on how to be present, okay? Number one, limit your screen time, okay? Like I said, these screens, you over here watching these celebrities who are already living their dreams. You know what I'm saying? They're living in their present, having a good old time. These sports players having a good old time, and you just watching them live their dream as time passes by, as your present passes by. Now, what does it mean to limit some screen time? Well, for me, what I used to do, and sometimes still do, is when I'm making out my schedule, I would literally put schedule like from 3 to 5 screen time. You can still enjoy these things, just don't let it consume all of your time, right? Or put on a timer. You know what? I've been doing too much today, or you know, I just need a moment to downtime. Let me put this timer on. I'm gonna just enjoy something on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, taking notes. So like if you're in a place like church or like a seminar, or I don't know where else this this tip applies, but like take notes. You know, if you're taking notes, then you have to pay attention. You have to be present so that you can take notes. Number 3, brief breaks and mental notes. Sometimes when I find myself drifting off to La La Land thinking about the future, or drifting off to La La Land thinking about the past, I have to put myself back in and go, we back. There are flowers over there. So-and-so is speaking. It's a little chilly in this room. And I make a few mental notes that will connect me back to the present. Alright, we good. We back. We back. Listen, if anybody knows me, y'all know I'll be gone. Like, I'm physically here, but I'll be gone. I'm working on it, y'all. Number 4, journaling. I'm not that good at journaling. I'm still working on it, but in the times that I have engaged in journaling, I found that it actually helps me connect more with the present, because I have to recollect these things. So I'm like, I bet, you know, I'm thinking about, oh, I'm gonna write this in my journal. Boom. Experience it, take it in, so that I can write the right details. This might work for some, might not work for some. Maybe do what works for you. Limiting documentation. Now, I know we live in a social media world where we got to take the videos and the pictures of everything. We got to post everything. And I know that we always want to, you know, have these moments to look back at. That's cool. Take your videos and take your pictures, but don't do it the whole time. Limit the documentation. You got to spend more time experiencing it than recording it. Right? So like when I went to my trip back home to Haiti, I told myself, Woods, don't spend all this time taking these pictures and videos. Take enough so that you can remember the essence, so that you can remember the time, but make sure that you put away the phone and you just be there. You ever been on Snapchat and you see a whole concert from somebody's Snapchat? Like, baby, were you actually watching the concert, or were you watching yourself recording the concert? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right. Number 6, engage the senses, right? Touch, smell, sight, sound, taste, right? Think about those things while you're in the moment. Those help you to be present. And number 7, engage in active listening. Y'all ever been talking to somebody? And you have no idea what they said. Couldn't repeat it back to save your life. Now, if you're engaging in active listening, you're listening intently, you're asking questions, follow-up questions, you're connecting to the story, throwing in an anecdote of yourself, you know what I'm saying? Listening actively. These are just 7 of the tips that I have for how to remain present and how to help you be present. Tell me if you got any more. Yeah, that's all I got. And I don't really know how to end this one, but we here. You know what I'm saying? We here. So until I see you again, you have a duty to shine your light in this world, in this moment, in this present time. So go on and light up the world. Bye.